Hey guys, this is Joe with Palmetto Septic Install, and I wanted to take a moment and walk you through a recent installation we did here in Gaston, South Carolina. So this was a 4-bedroom, so the permit was for a 4-bedroom house in Gaston, right off of Boy Scout Road. This is near the Diamond Dog Plant, the dog food plant, and it calls for a 1,000-gallon septic tank. There's a slope on this land, it's high over here on this end, and it works its way down. So we also had to do a serial distribution system, and I'll explain all that to you in this video. So if you look here, you've got the septic tank and you've got the line running out to the house. So basically, when you use the bathroom, when you use any water, it drains, it'll come down this PVC pipe, and it'll fill up in this tank right here. So all your solids, all your liquids gonna go in here. Over time, your solids are just gonna settle to the bottom of the tank, and what rises is all the liquid. That liquid's called effluent. Now, as it gets to the top, it's all gonna come out from the outlet. So this is the inlet, and it's higher, 2 inches higher, and that's the outlet. So by code, needs to be at least a 2-inch drop between the inlet and the outlet. So it'll come out the outlet and then make its way down to this very first trench. Now, the trench is level, okay? That's critical. This trench right here needs to be level. And you see you've got a 4-inch PVC pipe coming in here from the left-hand side. And so liquid's gonna get in here first, and it's gonna fill in completely this entire trench, right? So it's gonna fill in the entire capacity of the chamber here. And this is a large capacity chamber. So it'll fill in all with effluent. And then once it gets to the very top, it's actually gonna exit from this side, right? And then it'll work its way to the trench, to the second trench. And this will continue to repeat from second to third and finally the fourth. Now, why do you need a serial distribution system? Why do you need a serial distribution system when you've got slope land? Well, if you didn't distribute this serially, the water is naturally going to work its way all the way down to the very last trench, and it will overfill. And over time, it's actually going to start seeping out of the ground. The reason being is that the ground surface level is higher than the rest of these trenches. So you have to do it serially, because naturally the water's going to want to go all the way down, and then it's going to eventually pop out of the ground, right? And that's the last thing you want. You don't want any effluent, aka sewage, coming out from the ground. So we fill in the very first one, then the second, then the third, and the fourth in order, and that's serial distribution. So you can see here this soil, very sandy, high absorption rate, right? This is like a step above beach sand. You basically drop a cup of water on here and it disappears, right? It goes right into the ground. So this is ideal type of soil, okay? And you've got your 1,000-gallon tank here. So again, to repeat the steps, it goes from the house to the tank. Solids settle at the bottom. Effluent works its way up and then works its way out here. Like with any septic system, you will need to pump it out in 3 to 5 years, right? Depending on how much you use it. It's just the solids start to build up and accumulate over time. So as those solids build up, then you're gonna have to pump it out, right? Because the last thing you want is gonna be for solids to get in the actual drain field, right? So you want to avoid that at all costs.